I'm gonna make him an offer again.
Of all the gin joints and all the towns and all the world.
Handle the truth. Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the
Frankly,
war.
my dear, I don't give a damn.
This is where the fun begins.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode of Multiplex Movie Melee. We got ourselves a singles match here today. We got Tom Houseman going up against Jeremy Potters. Fixing my computer here. Yeah, it should be a good one. Think Jeremy, been around for a little while. He's always a dangerous competitor to face, and Tom started out really hot. Probably had a little bit of ups and downs, sitting at a 500 record right now, but certainly excited to see what we get from him from here on out. I got Dylan here with me. What kind of match you think we got here, Dylan?
I think it'll be a really good one. Yeah, I think these are two competitors who are both very, very strong, way better than their record would suggest. They've just both, I think, struggled to get the momentum that they needed. So hopefully, with a win today, they will go on to do big things. And yeah, I'm excited to see what happens. I think this is a very close and I think evenly matched matchup. So I think it'll be a good one.
All right. Let's go ahead and bring in our first competitor, which is Jeremy Potters. Jeremy, how you doing today?
I've been chomping at the bit, man. It's a new season. Like, let's go. And this is a hell of a way to start it out. Tom's a great player. Like, we've seen him play in teams and stuff. He just had some bad breaks. My last couple matches, I had a couple bad breaks, but yeah, this is gonna be good.
All right then. Well, might as well bring him in as well. Bring in Tom and his manager today, Will Cohen. How you guys doing?
I'm good. I'll tell you what, I have proven that I am very good at almost winning matches. I whenever it's close, I find a way to screw it up at the last second. So brought in a manager, more psychological warfare. It's gone down.
Absolutely. I didn't realize that when John and I told both Sam and Tom, hey, you guys should try out Melee. I didn't realize the kind of hell that these guys would have brought. And it's been really interesting watching Tom, grow as a player from his debut season, over to here. Like what Jeremy said, he has had some, really hard breaks, but he's also played some really tough competitors. Potters is definitely a tough competitor, but I think, as the hosts have said earlier, this is very, very evenly matched, and so I cannot wait for the great chaotic fun this is going to bring. So let's bring it on.
Yeah.
All right. Might as well go ahead and get this started. Take out Will, and we'll go ahead and get started. Round number one. It's going to work like this. Going to have you're going to get 8 questions from 8 general movie categories. You have 15 seconds to write the answer down on your whiteboard. At the end of that time, we'll ask that you show and verbalize your answer. You get a point for each correct answer, and any one of you gets all 8 correct, you will receive a bonus question. Yeah, you also get 3 repeats and challenges throughout the match. That's what I was forgetting. Anything else before we get started?
Let's do it.
Cool. Start with your first question. Come in the category of drama. Anthony Hopkins' character suffers from what disorder in 2021's The Father?
This is a great film.
Still haven't seen it. I
Really?
bought it like a while ago, and it's just been kind of sitting in my Fandango, Voodoo, whatever the hell it's called now. So
I watched it. I cried. I told my mother to watch it, and she cried. It was a good time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go, Jeremy.
I don't know. I said dementia.
And Tom.
Yeah, I said Alzheimer's.
Yeah, Alzheimer's, dementia. We talked that over before. Except both.
Hang on one sec.
Okay.
What's up?
I just realized I forgot to grab towel for wiping off my board.
Oh, there you go.
Good to see you. And you can just give them the next question whenever you're ready, Dylan.
We're not going to edit back in. All right. Your next question in the category of directors. Who directed Dial M for Murder?
Give him a pause. I don't know. Like, I mean, I already gave Cody a lot to edit around in one match in particular. He's got to edit around a whole new opening. He's like, fuck is this shit? Start a singles match with a while less and don't know what the fuck is going on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Go to Tom.
I said Alfred Hitchcock.
Jeremy.
Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, Alfred Hitches is correct. 2-2 is your score. Going into your next question, the category of the 2000s. Battle Royale is set in what country?
Have you seen this film?
Ah, yeah, it's glorious.
It's
Really
amazing.
liked it.
Really good.
Yeah, I recommended to a friend of mine that really liked another movie, and he thought I was just out of my mind.
Nice. I was recommended it by my good friend Quentin Tarantino. Yeah.
Yeah, 5,
Thanks,
4,
Quentin.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jeremy.
Japan.
And Tom.
Yeah, this one felt like kind of a Hunger Games ripoff to me. I said Japan.
It is Japan. Yeah, that was what my friend watched. He liked Hunger Games, and he's like, "Why the fuck do you recommend this to me? I like the Hunger Games, not this bullshit."
Well, your next question will be in the category of musicals. Stockard Channing plays which character in Grease?
Yeah, I also took that friend to Foxcatcher, and he almost never talked to me again. Yeah, because I did not prepare him for Foxcatcher at all. Like,
That's fair.
I didn't prepare for myself for Foxcatcher, so that was also the problem. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Yeah, Tom.
I believe her name is Rizzo.
Jeremy.
Like the rat, Rizzo.
Rizzo is correct. Staying tied and halfway through round number 1 for a piece. Going into your next question, category of actors and actresses. Sandra Bullock and Brendan Fraser play a married couple in what film?
Two people that have Oscars for some reason.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. One guy's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot he won that one."
I just
I
said
like the
that take
movie.
to look cool because I actually haven't seen either film they won for. So
Ah, say you're missing out on one of them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And not really blindsides, whatever. Go to Jeremy.
I said the net.
And Tom.
I said Vanished.
Both are incorrect. We are looking for Best Picture winning Crash.
Oh my
Crash.
God.
Ah, whatever. All right, fuck off.
I blocked him out of that. Brendan Fraser innocent.
so your next question will be in the category of the 2010s. Magic Mike is set in which U.S. state? I just realized that I was probably talking too much about their filmographies for the last question, so that's my bad. Thankfully,
I mean,
I didn't give away anything, but maybe I should avoid that.
I mean, did we name anything specific? Because I don't
No.
think we just talked around it.
Yeah.
Like what did people expect?
Thankfully,
us to
Sandra
do,
Bullock did not win the Oscar for Crash.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Where are we at? Tom.
America's most penis-shaped state, Florida.
Jeremy.
That was my logic. Florida.
Yeah, Florida is right. I don't think that's what Soderbergh had in mind before. Going into your
He's a
penultimate,
genius.
your penultimate question in the round, it comes category comedy. In Liar Liar, Fletcher tries to lie to himself that what is a different color than it actually is.
You know what I just realized looking at all the questions up until this point?
What was
This
it?
is a very condensed round one. Like nothing over 2 lines. That's crazy.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
short, compact. It's a good round one.
Yeah, give the writer a round of applause on that one.
It's a
We
travel
always
size
appreciate
round
it.
one.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's go to Jeremy.
Ink pen.
Okay, Tom.
The pen is blue.
Yeah, we will accept pen or ink pen. I
It
don't.
seems a bit redundant, but like sure.
Maybe it must be an Indiana thing. I don't know.
All right, then your final question around number 1 will come in the category of biopics. Who provides a supporting performance in The Elephant Man as actress Madge Kendall?
I guess Jeremy could have gone full military on us and said ink stick.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, which I think we would have had to accept ink stick. I don't know. Don't test us on that, by the way. Do not do that to us. To all competitors out there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Go to Tom.
I wrote it really fast, and I'm pretty sure it's also wrong. Anne Bancroft?
Okay. And Jeremy.
I said Jessica Lange.
Yeah, I would say it's legible enough. And Bancroft is correct. So
Nice.
that Tom takes the lead there at the end of round number 1. The score is 7. Jeremy trailing slightly behind at 6. That what you have, Dylan?
That is what I have, yeah.
All right, great. And then we'll go into round number 2, which is our wheel round, in which both players will get a chance to spin our wheel. If they like what they spin on the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can elect to spin again, but they must keep what they land on the second time. They get 5 questions worth 2 points apiece, whatever category they land on, or they can check down a multiple choice for 1 point apiece. There is stealing, so please, everybody, watch your asses. The categories that are on today's wheel are 1970 to 1975 Pam Grier, as well as sci-fi icons or Sylvester Stallone sci-fi films, as well as Oscars, comic book movies, crime, sci-fi fantasy, family, scores and soundtracks, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Tom, you are ahead, so it's up to you whether or not you want to spin first or defer. And here is Will to help you make that call.
What do you say, Mr. Manager? Defer?
Um, at this point, it is a very tight game. I know both of you are pretty equal on this wheel. I say let's get something off the wheel for you.
Yeah,
Give you a
that's
little
what
bit
I'm
more confidence.
thinking. Hopefully, either stick him with something he doesn't like or get something I don't like off the board.
All
So
right,
I'll defer.
let's defer.
Ready? And Jeremy, this will be your first spin. And you're laying on comic book movies. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
I think I'll keep it.
Alrighty. Take off the wheel. And Dylan, why don't you give him those old comic book questions?
Sure
Quick
thing.
question first before we start. If I have one hand visible and the other not, is that acceptable?
We would prefer both hands on
Yeah, I
screen.
would like both
That's
your
fine.
hands on screen.
Yeah.
That's fine.
All right. So your first question in comic book movies. In what comic book movie will you find super weapons called snooks?
The losers?
That is correct for 2 points. Your next question. How many times has Benedict Cumberbatch played Doctor Strange, and we will give you extra time.
7.
5.
That is incorrect, Tom, for the 2-point steal.
Question is, did he think of too many or not enough? I feel like 7 is a lot. I'll say 6.
That is correct for the 2-point steal.
Um,
The films being Doctor Strange, Thor Ragnarok, Infinity War, Endgame, No Way Home, and Multiverse of Madness.
one more time.
Doctor Strange, Ragnarok, Infinity War, Endgame, No Way Home, and Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, I just made an extra mark.
All right.
All right.
So then, hold on, sorry. Okay, my bad. All right. Your next question. Who directed Daredevil?
Multiple choice.
All right. Your options are A. Francis Lawrence, B. Mark Steven Johnson, C. Stephen Norrington, or D. Martin Campbell.
B.
B is correct for 1 point. Now your penultimate question in this category. In The Batman, who is the only person of the intended assassination targets of the Riddler to survive his attacks?
Bruce Wayne.
That is correct for 2 points. And now your final question in this category. What is the name of Stanley Ipkiss's dog in The Mask?
Milo.
And that is correct for 2 points.
All right. Now with that, at the end of Jeremy's term, I have his score up to 13. But still, I have Tom at 9. So we have Dylan.
That is what I have, yep.
All right. Bring back up the wheel. Bring back in Will for Tom, and this will be Tom's first spin at the wheel.
Great steal, buddy. Great steal.
And you land on scores and soundtracks. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
Now we talked about this.
It's not a category I hate, but there are categories I like a lot more.
Do you feel you want to risk it because you're 4 points ahead,
Yeah,
or you're 4 points behind rather?
I'll spin again.
Okay.
All right. Here's your second spin. You got to keep what you land on this time. And you land on 1970 and 1975 Pam Grier.
Wheels on arches. You know what to do.
We'll see what happens. Always a little nervous about these deep cut questions.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will give you your questions. 1970 to 1975 Pam Grier. All right. First question. Craig T. Nelson makes a small appearance as a character named Sarge in which Pam Grier movie?
Multiple choice.
Right. Multiple choice options are A. Sheba Baby, B. Bucktown, C. Black Mama, White Mama, or D. Scream Blackula Scream.
Bucktown.
That is incorrect. Going over to Jeremy for the 1 point steal. Is it A. Sheba Baby, B. Bucktown, C. Black Mama, White Mama, or D. Scream Blackula Scream?
I'm gonna say C.
C is also incorrect. We're looking for D. Scream Blackula Scream.
Did not clock that.
Me either.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Next question. Who directed Beyond the Valley of the Dolls?
Russ Meyer.
That is correct for 2 points. Next question. In The Big Dollhouse, Greer's girlfriend Herod is addicted to what drug?
Heroin.
That is correct for 2 points. Penultimate question. What is Howard's political position at the start of Coffee?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options are A. Mayor, B. State representative, C. City councilman, or D. Congressman.
I misunderstood the question. Can you repeat the options?
Sure thing. Your options again: A. Mayor, B. State representative, C. City councilman, or D. Congressman.
C. City councilman.
That is correct for 1 point. All right, your final question in the category. In Foxy Brown, which member of Foxy's family ratted out her boyfriend to the drug syndicate that later killed him?
Her brother.
And that is correct for 2 more points. And with that, Tom gets a score up to 16. Jeremy still at 13. Is that what you have, Dylan?
That is what I have.
All right, great. We're going into round number 3, which is our Pick Your Poison round, in which our competitors have drafted from our list of general categories before the match, and they will now draft from the categories that they drafted here to see what they'll answer here in round number 3. They answer up to 4 questions worth 1, 2, 3, 4 points apiece. Once a category is selected, it cannot be selected by their opponent. The categories that can be chosen from today are action adventure, musicals, comic book movies, Oscars, horror, 2000s, mystery thriller, and comedy. We have our competitors pick their categories, and hopefully we come back and finish this one out. All right, we're back. Players have selected their categories. Um, So what's going to happen? We are going to go until we are either out of questions or one player is mathematically eliminated. We will start with the player that is behind, and that is Jeremy today. So, Jeremy, what would you like to take for your 1 point question?
I'll take mystery thriller.
You got it. 1 pointer for a mystery thriller. And yeah, I gave Tom's questions in round 2, so I'll give you questions in round 3. So here's your 1 pointer in mystery thriller. John Cusack, Ray Liotta, and Amanda Peet star in what 2003 thriller?
Identity.
That is correct for 1 point.
That movie sucks.
You are still behind, so we'll stick with you for your 2 point question.
2000s, please.
Got it? 2000s. All right. Here is your 2 pointer in the category of 2000s. Oh, there it is. Uh, Thora Birch and Scarlett Johansson star in what 2000s film?
Ghost World.
That is correct for 2 points and a tie game. Because Tom has more questions, we'll go over to him or his 1 point question.
I'll take action adventure.
Action
All right.
adventure. All
So
right.
your 1 pointer in action/adventure. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie play the titular roles in what 2000s action film?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
That is correct for 1 point.
And gives Tom the lead 17-16. So we'll jump back over to Jeremy. What would you like to take for your 3 point question?
Horror, please.
You got it. All right. Here is your 3 pointer in the category of horror. What musical instrument does Jane play for Daryl in The Witches of Eastwick?
Cello.
And that is correct for 3 points. Jeremy gets a score up to 19. Jump right back over to Tom. What would you like to take for your 2 point question?
I'll take comedy.
All right. Then your question in the category of comedy. Who stars as Maddie in No Hard Feelings?
Jennifer Lawrence.
That is correct for 2 points.
That Tom ties up the game, 19 points. He does have more questions, so we will stick with you. What would you like to take for your 3 point question?
Oh gosh. For my 3-point question, I'll take Oscars.
Oscars. All right.
So your 3-point question in the category of Oscars. What film did Atlantic City lose Best Picture to?
Five.
Chariots of Fire. Final answer.
That is correct for 3 big points.
Let's go. I
Nice.
don't know what that movie is about. I know nothing about that movie. I guess it's about Atlantic City. I don't know.
All right. After that, Tom gets a score up to 22. We are down to Jeremy's final question, which is his 4-pointer in comic book movies, which he needs to hit to send it back over to Tom, or Tom will win the match. And as a quick reminder, Jeremy, you still have all 3 of your repeats. All right, here's your 4-pointer in the category of comic book movies. Where is Ozymandias's hideout located in Watchmen? Five, four, three.
Repeat the question, please.
All right. That is your first repeat. Your question again. Where is Ozymandias's hideout located in Watchmen?
Antarctica.
And that is correct for 4 points. Jeremy takes the lead here, 23 points. Tom's 22. And here is where we are at. We have 1 question left in this round. Tom's 4-pointer in musicals. If he hits it, he wins. If he doesn't, Jeremy wins. And also, as a reminder, you also have all 3 of your repeats.
Cool.
So your question in the category of musicals. What does Miss Malloy's store sell specifically in Hello Dolly?
Five, four.
Repeat the question.
That is your first repeat. Your question again. What does Miss Malloy's store sell specifically in Hello Dolly?
Good game, Jeremy. Costumes. Final answer.
And your winner, Jeremy Potters. The correct answer was hats, or specifically women's hats. We'll take competitors out and backstage. Talk to Dylan here for a second. Yeah, this is a really good match. Very high scoring in round number 1. 7-6, exactly what we like to see. And really, honestly, the competitors really didn't give each other a ton of wiggle room in round number 2. The kind of the only thing we saw was like Tom get that steal there in round number 2, put the pressure a little bit on Jeremy, but Jeremy still was able to do pretty well in his category. Tom did what he had to do in his and really it was just a matter of the 4-pointer, and like Jeremy was able to put himself in good position to get in all the round 3 questions. As Tom was able to hit his 4-pointer, and that was really about it. Really close game otherwise. Dylan.
Yeah, I think you said it. I mean, this was a fantastic match. Another one like 23-22, very high scoring. I was thinking, like you said, I was thinking that maybe that Jeremy miscounting the movies for the Doctor Strange question might have been like the thing that would have sealed his fate there. Considering after that point, like they were just going back and forth in round 3, like hitting all their questions, and ultimately in round 3, it seemed Tom was the one who ended up blinking right at the end. But I feel bad for him because he was playing fantastic up until that point, only missing one question in round one and one question in round two. So like again, like this, well, his record is going to go. His record is 2-3 now. I think like he is still a very dangerous competitor, and I'm excited to see what he does next. But yeah, great performance from Jeremy. Fighting back from some adversity there after being down, coming out of round number one and round two, to sweep round three and get the victory is very impressive. So yeah, great match overall.
Right, yeah, we'll talk to our competitors today. Start with Tom, his manager, Will. Yeah, I said like this is we've all been there. There's always a tough pill to swallow when you play really well and you still
Exactly.
lose. Just what happens in the game sometimes. Otherwise, Tom, how you feel about your play today?
I was really happy. I was scared about that second round with all those deep cut questions, but it went as well as it could have gone. Just came down to, with those 4 point questions, if it's about a movie I know well or a musical I know well, I'll know the answer right away. If it's about one I haven't seen, then it's just, pulling names out of a hat and apparently not out of a hat. If I pulled a name out of a hat, maybe I would have done better. But it was a great match. Jeremy was a really fantastic competitor. He knows his shit.
Yeah. Let's face it. You lost it on one thing here, saying identity sucks. That's actually one of my. How dare you besmirch my favorite horror film of all time? But beyond that, like they said, you missed 2 questions the entire game. So this is as solid of a game as you possibly could have done. And any other time, this is winning you the match.
Yeah.
So again, you just keep on facing players that are just heavy hitters, and Jeremy was just not giving you any quarter here.
I'll tell you what. If you want to ask me who I want to face next, anybody who doesn't read comic books. I'm so tired of these comic book people. They have their own league. They can stay in the fandom league. Leave the movie mayhem league to the people who watch movies, not read comic books. That's all I'll say.
I'll say that'd be tough to find in this league. A bunch of nerds here. I will
Apparently.
say a lot of nerds. I mean, I guess I mean, is there any non-nerd people that specifically want to play in this league?
No, they're all nerds. I don't care. Just keep throwing nerds at me. I'll keep almost beating them.
Okay. Thank you for coming today, Tom. See you down the road, and we'll bring in your winner today, Jeremy Potters. Jeremy,
Yeah.
yeah, like you were kind of you're kind of behind the entire match, but you kind of kept your head about you. You're able to kind of just kind of stay in the game. It honestly mirrors a lot of games in which you've won. You just kind of stayed in there, and then you just kind of managed to just end up making just kind of one less mistake that you needed to kind of pulled out the win here. Uh, but yeah, how do you feel like you did today?
Yeah, it feels a lot like a lot of other matches that I've played. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But I feel great. Obviously, like to me, this is a big win. Like I've been excited since we scheduled this because Tom's so good. Like it's not because I'm just ready to play or whatever. I knew this would be tough, and I'm glad it's as good as a game as it was. But all respect, man. Like Tom is good. Sorry, we're nerds. It's true. When I feel the same way about Oscars as you do about comic book movies when you see it. Like I get it. We're not the same, but we're the same. I much love, man. I don't know. And you will start crushing people, no doubt. Like he's so good. He missed 3 questions and lost. It's insane. Like it just happened to be the one of the questions was the 4 pointer, which I mean, fucking hats, musicals, whatever. Played great, man. Don't be down.
Well, this win does get you back up to 500. Jeremy 7-7.
Cool.
I'm not entirely sure where you're going to play next. Where this puts you. Any thoughts? What do you want to do for later this season?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I want to do well this year. Like I'm putting in work. I'm watching stuff, expanding my horizons. So yeah. Anybody, as long as they're interesting.
as long as they're interesting. We'll see what we can do about
No
the interesting
boring
part.
people.
Yeah.
Congratulations again, Jeremy.
Thanks, guys.
See you down the road. And yeah, that'll do it for us today here on Multiplex Movie Melee. Uh, thank everybody for showing up. Thank you, Tom and Jeremy, for playing today. Thank you, Will, our lone manager today. Uh, thank you to our editors and our writers. Everybody kind of makes this league run. And thank you to Dylan doing this here with me. And lastly, thank you to the viewers, because if you guys weren't watching, like, again, I cannot stress this enough. Like, we're here for literally no reason if you guys are not watching this. Thanks again, and just be well, everybody.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
In case I don't see you.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.